Hey gang, VoxelVision here. Most of you know me as Phierce, the tune I use to build all of my stuff in Landmark, and even the stuff that I end up deleting because it's horrible. For a long time, I've admired a lot of the Landmark crests that I see in the game. Well, I finally decided to build one of my own, and in the process of doing so, I've developed a couple of templates that I've dubbed the Landmark Crest Starter Kit. I'd like to offer this kit to each and every one of you. The whole reason for creating this particular video is to show you how to utilize this kit in a way that, once complete, will give you the 100% voxel ownership of a crest. This will allow you to place it in any of your own builds and retain 100% ownership of that build. So in this video, I'm going to cover two things: voxel ownership transfer and crest assembly. Let me get Shiani, we can get started. Let's begin by showing you how I do voxel ownership transfer. Start off by creating two blocks. In this case, I just use stucco and polished granite because those are two materials I end up with a lot of: stone and dirt. I'm going to use this one item because the process of transfer is going to be the same for every piece. So I'm just going to copy this out, come over to the stucco, I'm going to paste it down. When I paste it, I'm going to paste it in tweak mode, and I'm going to use remove voxels. Now I'm going to remove 3 layers of voxels so that I end up with a center sliver or center layer that I can cut out once I'm done with the transfer, and that will hopefully be as clean as the original. It should be exactly the same as the original. I've never actually experienced any problems, but that's not to say that you couldn't have problems. So now that I've got this selection set, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come over to the granite and I'm going to paste this down in, and again I'm going to go into tweak mode, and I'm again going to use remove voxels. And there you go, nice little cookie cutter. So I'll make another selection here, make it as tight as possible to the original piece, set it down into the center, copy it out, and now I'm just going to paste it up here. The whole reason I use Shiani for this is so that I can utilize VoxelVision. Since she is the owner of this claim, I can utilize VoxelVision to show you how I transferred ownership of the original aquamarine element, which was owned by Phierce, into a element that's owned by Shiani. So here you can see that entire template is owned by Phierce, and I'll turn that off. I turn this on, and here now you can see that the polished granite piece that I just copied is owned by Shiani. So let me just go back here now and clean up my materials, my transfer materials. I like to do this right away so I don't screw up. I have in the past made the mistake of repairing this with a different character, and whoever lays these transfer materials down is who will actually retain ownership. So in this case, these transfer blocks were laid down by Shiani so that when she cuts them out, or when they're hers. If I was to do this with, say, VoxelVision here, the ownership would have been transferred to VoxelVision. Okay, now with the crest assembly. This is a very basic, very easy process. It's all just copy and paste. So I'm going to start off with the shield. That is, of course, we're just assuming that you've transferred ownership of each item and replaced it. So just copy this, paste it into the gold outline. The only difference between this and any other copy paste is that you must make sure you're doing it without air. So go into tweak mode, go without air, and there you go, there's your shield. And now you just I'm going to use the aquamarine. Now the whole reason I use the aquamarine and the sapphire opposed to any of the other materials is when you paste aquamarine into the sapphire, it'll automatically blend, meaning that you don't have to go back through and use, say, the dirt or stone texture to try to blend, to force blend stuff in there. Makes it just a little bit smoother. To me, it makes it look a little bit more like the original image. So as you can see, it's blended in. It's not super clean. As you can see, there's that big indent on the bottom. But the thing is once I put the scepter in there, it's going to cover that anyways, or replace that. Go up to the hammer, just copy this, and copy it and just paste it in. Now, with the hammers, because you're pasting it twice, I'm just going to paste it in. Play around with it for how you like it. I've made several different ones and I've moved them around. I've shortened the handle, and I've made the aquamarine center inlay a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. So just play around. But when you paste in the second, you can see how it kind of gunked up the top of the first hammer. So I'm just going to just copy that and clean it up a little. There are a few things that you're going to have to clean up, but overall it's a very basic process, and you don't have to do any voxelmancy to figure out how to clean this up, because I'm going to show you how the items that you need to clean it up are all within the element itself. So now I'm going to copy the scepter element here and just paste it down onto, just verify that I got it all selected. Oh, yeah, there we go. Just make it as tight as possible. We don't want any extra selections, or we don't want to be cutting anything off. So put it in tweak mode just so I can make sure it's positioned properly. It looks like it's set in just a little bit too far. Yeah, that might be a little out too far. Push it back in one and paste it in. So now I'm almost done, very close. I just take the center inlay for the aquamarine here and copy this, and it's going to go just in the headpiece of the scepter, and just going to paste it straight in. Okay, so now for the little bit of cleanup that's left, so you mouse over this, you can see that there's a flat edge right here. I'm going to select the section up here that, if I copy it out and just paste it in here, it'll make a nice clean point. And just bring it over here, mirror it, and it'll generate the other clean point. Okay, now if I go down to the bottom, I've got basically the same thing. So I select this and then try to find a section that's the same right here, and copy that out and paste it in. Gives me a nice clean point, and then bring it over here. Gotta bring it up so I can see it, mirror it again, and then just drop it down, and gives me a nice clean point. Now in the middle, you see the top and the bottom don't look like they're going to line up. Well, fortunately, I got lucky, and the way that this piece pastes together, I just select the gold texture and paint here and here. Now you have the piece that's complete, that looks, in my opinion, very nice and smooth and clean. That's it. That's how, using my kit, you can generate a nice clean landmark crest that you own. Here's one that I played with and just changed around a little bit. Once again, this kit is available to anybody who'd like a copy. Just contact Phierce, we'll hook up, get you a template made. Can't wait to see what everybody makes with it. It should be pretty interesting. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in game. Bye.